So, honestly, I'm just trying to get all the controversial topics out of the way, because the moment you start getting big, I don't expect myself to get big, but the moment you start getting big is the moment you can no longer say those controversial topics, or you'll get just who knows what. So I'm just trying to get all the controversial topics out. Although there are some people on YouTube that do controversial stuff, don't know how far they go, and I don't know how they get away with it, because everyone else does the same thing. They can get away with it, but some people can't. So who knows? I'm just, piracy. Is it good? Is it bad? Whatever. So, piracy might be how it was, I'm trying to remember how it was said. Ethically wrong, but it's actually good. I think that's how it was said. Morally wrong, ethically good, I think. Something like that. I forgot what the hell it is. So, I have to find the phrase sometime, somewhere. I'll probably edit it in later. Who knows? But basically what I'm trying to say is the actual notion behind what piracy is wrong, is bad, is illegal. However, there's an upside to it. Ubisoft, Rockstar, Nintendo, even Street Fighter at one point, which would be Capcom. I think Capcom? But yeah. So with all those, every single one of those companies has pirated their stuff at one point in time or another. They've even taken the pirated copy to upload with whatever it is. Nintendo did it with Mario Brothers, Nintendo 64 version. I have a video that said that Ubisoft did it with I think Max Payne 2, and no wait, that was Rockstar. I think Rockstar was Max Payne 2. Ubisoft did it with something else. Forgot. Have to be on the video again. Sorry. Can't remember them all. So, people that do movies have another tab that does it. People that watch movies and pirate movies, they actually help the industry. Because, one, I think it's called notoriety. Basically the fans. If they didn't pirate that one specific thing, no one would really know about it. So, by them pirating it, now people know about it. Now people actually can venture out and can support the creators, so on and so forth. People that don't pirate weren't going to buy the movie to begin with. So if they weren't going to buy the movie to begin with, you just lost a couple of profit. They pirate it, and then they support the creators. That little support. Versus this, it's still profit. You're going to worry about that? Just so you don't get this part? Come on. So, people that usually pirate music don't actually support the creators. People that pirate movies actually support the creators. The video that explains that, saying that usually it's the ones that are having enough money and they don't see the worth of paying $14 for a shitty movie. Case in point, She-Hulk. Technically that's a TV show. Case in point, pick a Marvel movie in the recent years since Disney has taken over. Although Disney has taken over for a while, okay. Let me put it this way. Since Disney has taken over and after, I think after WandaVision, whoever the hell is doing it, and every single time a woman has directed a thing, it's gone to crap. I have a whole entire spiel about that, do a whole entire video about that later on. This is about pirating, and that's the only reason why I'm doing this. It's that once Disney took over, and since that point on, it's kind of gone to crap. So because it's kind of gone to crap, people are pirating it because they still want to see the Marvel movie, but they don't see it worth it. because you're giving us crap quality, you're giving us crap plot, giving us whatever. So why compensate your BS, essentially? Why? It's almost like a salesperson, or almost like someone doing a service for you for whatever it is, whether they do carpentry or whether they do woodwork. You're gonna I'm gonna compensate you for doing a shitty job? Really? You barely put the nail halfway through. You want me to pay you $50? Screw you. Like, that mentality is basically what Marvel does. That mentality is basically what a lot of other movie companies do. And that's why, actually, most of the video game industry. So with that, because the video game industry is screwing us over, COD, Apex Legends, need I go further? Like, I can name off a list, and also multiple within the series of COD. Microtransactions all over the place. So, it kind of gives you a sense of, do they really even care? And if they don't care, why would we need to compensate them? And then for the people that actually do pirate, it's more of, let me see if this game is actually worth it. For example, beautiful example, PS2. Sorry for making you feel old, but the PS2, back in the day, whenever they had CDs, you pop the CD in. My experience. Need for Speed Most Wanted, 6 edition? I want to say 2000. I think it's 2006 edition? 2005 edition. I was close. So, with that, there's a demo on that game, if you go to the extras or whatever, of 007... Is it From Russia with Love or Nightfire? I think it's From Russia with Love. Whatever. Those demos. We got to demo the game before we even saw it. We got to demo the game before we even see if we like it or whatever. I think there was also a snowboarding game on it. My point. The demo. Pirating. It's the modern day equivalent. Because there's so many games out there nowadays, they're just pushing out these games. None of them give us any demos to see, oh, this is another game that there is. This is another game that you might like. This is whatever it is. Demos don't exist anymore. So pirating has taken over the demo industry of whatever the frick you want to call that demo industry. Pirating replaced that. So now we can actually demo the game to see if we like it. Oh, but then you play the game and everything. Okay, and you don't get any of the achievements at all. You have to go through Steam or Battle.net or whatever to get the achievements. And all those achievements and cards actually cost money. And it actually shows that you've actually gone through with whatever progress it is. And if you want, you can take the save files from that and put it onto the Steam thing. Good luck with that, because that's actually a pain in the butt. But you can actually do that and get all your stuff. I've also done it with Cookie Clicker, where you export the data and put it and do whatever. It's possible. But at least you have to play the game. And then by you to get the save data and you put it to Steam, the Steam version of Cookie Clicker actually costs money. I think $4 or $2, something like that. I supported the creator. I exported the game from the browser version to the Steam version. Mostly because I got so high of Cookie Clickers to a point where my browser started lagging and glitching and everything. I'm now at like duodecillion or whatever the hell it is. Anyway. So, with that, you are able to demo the thing. Once you see if you like the demo, if you liked it, great. You end up supporting the person. I've done it for so many games, even like Gary's Mod. But if you didn't like the game and you're demoing it, oh, I'm able to play this much game, this much whatever, I don't like it. I'm going to delete it. I don't care for it. It's taking too much room on my hard drive. Or SSD, or NVMe, whatever you put it on. With that, you actually have a balance or a test drive. Oh, but they're playing the whole entire game with whatever it is. No, not really, actually. Cyberpunk. It got updated after how much with whatever? And with the Cyberpunk, how many millions of people pirated Cyberpunk? With it, it actually says the update number. The version and the update number. online version, or the one that actually has access to the internet to be able to be patched, like through Steam or whatever, you can actually continuously patch it so that we can actually get new features, new skins, new DLCs, so on and so forth. Pirated version doesn't have those features. Pirated version doesn't have access to any of that. Technically, you can actually get the DLC version, but the DLC version is without the patches. They just take the DLC and then they do whatever, and then you have to patch the actual pirated stuff to be able to do whatever. Some games have it, some games don't. Some games have all the packages involved, other games don't. Some games have even something called multilingo or whatever it is. It's basically for you to download all the languages that you need. And that's it. So, if you want cream of the crop, bleeding edge, everything to be updated, you can't get that with pirated. But if you just want to be able to play the game, to see how it is, see if you like it, just to be able to have that gameplay experience, whatever it is, pirating would actually work for you. So it just depends on which one you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it. At the end of the day, people say, oh, pirating is stealing and everything. How? When, Origin? Can you say it? I think Origin. Yeah. So, how? When even Origin games, they even said, you're now paying your thing as a service, not a product. Gamers should get used to not owning a physical disc. Gamers should get used to not owning their games. Literally a quote from one of those companies and everything. So if you don't even own the game anymore, then pirating isn't stealing because you never owned it to begin with. So that mindset kind of flops already. Back in the day, it's still not stealing a copy. What pirating does is it takes that copy and it copies it. Oh, so you're taking away their money and everything. No. Because if you were never going to buy it to begin with, that copy, whether it exists or it doesn't, they were never going to get money from it. But if you're planning to buy it to begin with, and you actually want to see if it was actually good, so on and so forth, you get the copy, and after you get the copy, you like it, you see that it's good, you then purchase it like the other person, and now that copy becomes quote-unquote legit because you already bought a legit copy. That copy was a demo. They give demo games on how many PS2 games, how many olden games, how many GameCube games that even had it. Consider that the pirated version, that demo, that copy, same thing. Oh, but what if they don't? Statistically, people will actually buy the game. They are more likely to buy the game once they find it with whatever it is. That 1% or whatever you guys are thinking of, that's actually a very, very small handful of whatever it is. I think it was actually, I forgot which way it is. It's either 40% would actually buy the game after playing the pirated version, or 60% would actually buy the game after playing it. There's a caveat thing, though. Those that never... Actually, I think it might have been 40. I think it's 40% that were going to buy the game to begin with, pirate it, see how it is, and then play it. 60% were never planning to buy the game in the first place. So if they were never planning to buy the game in the first place and they pirate it, they're just pirating just to be able to play a game, have an experience or whatever it is, and just throw it in the trash or whatever it is because they don't even care whatever it is. 40% is still a massive number. How many millions and billions people actually pirated and everything? And 40% of those people actually give the company money? Yeah, okay, and 60%. Oh, but they're losing 60%. Great, wonderful. You want to tell that to your taxes? You want to tell that to a whole bunch of other stuff? You want to even tell that to the company? They have billions and billions and billions of dollars. Oh, so they can have more than billions of dollars. You want Ubisoft to be richer? When they're already screwing you over, head over heel, and you're still giving them money? You want EA to be richer? You really care about EA. You really care about Activision. You really care about Blizzard. You really care about all that other stuff whenever they're freaking screwing you over, hand over fist with a whole bunch of microtransactions, DLC content, skins, and everything else on COD, Apex, and even nowadays, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed now has a battle pass. You really care about that? You really care? When they don't even care about patching, fixing, and doing all other stuff to actually fix the game and make it better for gamers? Really? You're on the side of those people? Oh, but what if it was you and everything? You mean indie games? How many people pirate indie games? Please tell me, how many people pirate indie games? People will bend over backwards to actually pay for those indie games. Bend over backwards because they know that there's love, they know there's passion, and that they know that there's actually going to be hard work into those indie titles. Look at Markiplier and how every single one he plays. Look at Jacksepticeye. Look at PewDiePie. Every single one of those games they play. Look at all these other gaming YouTube people. Look at all these other Twitch streamers. So many people buy those indie games. Indie games are becoming explosive at this point. Helldivers 2 is competing with COD. An indie game is competing with COD. Indie games is the good thing. So at a certain point, the argument doesn't exist anymore. All these little nuances and everything, they've already fixed the system. So at a certain point, stop it. Get some help. And allow certain things to flourish and let the economy allow its things to just happen. It's almost like you want control over every single thing. Or you just want them to be compensated. Who? The people that deserve compensation aren't getting compensated. People that don't deserve compensation aren't getting compensated. The only exception are the graphics design team in big movie productions. That's the only exception. In big movie productions, that is up to the director to actually do it. Neo. Keanu Reeves. I suck with name actors and everything. Keanu Reeves literally cut his paycheck in half just to be able to pay the graphics design team for the work that they did, because no one was willing to actually pay the graphics design team properly and compensate them according to whatever job that they did. He's one of those people that actually is known for doing that to multiple times throughout the industry. So, if you really want to help, pay the graphics design team. That's why the industry is the way you see it is. That's why The Flash was such a crap movie. It was so horrible, I cried. I'm a Flash fan, I cried. The plot was good. The CGI was absolute trash. It looked like PS2 graphics. And some people say PS3. Have you played COD? Have you played Jack 3? I mean, if you want to say PS3, then it's probably early PS3, COD PS3, Black Ops 2 PS3, maybe then. But other than that, it was complete crap. Why? They use cell shading. Cell shading is actually PS2 error. So, that's why I say PS2. So at a certain point, your passion and your heart is good. Don't get me wrong, your passion and your heart is good. But it's geared at the wrong people. Attack the corporates. Attack the industry. Tell them to fix their crap. Tell them to do whatever it is. And you'll see the thing of piracy will be completely... Actually, it won't go completely gone. If we could find a way to commingle pirating people and how greedy the corporate people get and blend the merge of everything, you probably will never see piracy ever again. Think of it this way. Black Ops 2 is how old, and yet it's still $60 damn on Steam. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Breath of the Wild is still $60. All the old games are still $60. Most games now that are that old on Steam are usually selling for around $20, $15. Look at Portal 2. It's like, what, $5, $10 at this point? Like, come on. Get with the, I guess you would call it, get with the program. Compensate and give gamers whatever they need, and it'll flourish. 4090s. Graphics cards. We will pay for a good product. Look at the stats on Steam. Which graphics card is actually right at the top? We're not afraid of paying money whenever it's good. We're afraid of being cheaped out whenever we're handing in our hard-earned cash. That 4090 is able to play 8K games, so on and so forth. but it does so much and everything. And even though it's like around $2,000, we're willing to pay. Just give us a good product. Think about it that way. Instead of trying to point the finger, like, how many fingers are pointing back at you? Stop pointing the finger and point to the right person. Get the right people to fix it. So at a certain point, yes, I technically advocate for piracy because piracy forces innovation. Example. Twitch. Actually, not even Twitch. Netflix. Let's do Netflix, for example. You pirate streaming and everything. Okay, and that's horrible. Oh, whatever. Try this. If Netflix, with every single episode that you watched, cross-referenced its own episode, its own watch time with your own account, and cross-reference that with your YouTube thing, and every single time there would be a spoiler beyond a certain point, it would prevent YouTube from either showing it, give a grayed out thing like how either Reddit or Facebook or Discord does it, how they have it blurred out as a spoiler thing. They could do it that way. If you still want to see it, great. Otherwise, they would have a spoiler thing. If you click on it, it would continue to say, are you sure you want to watch this? This is a spoiler. You hit play, and it plays. Doing that allows innovation. You are now allowing co-working or whatever it would be of Netflix and YouTube working together to actually provide a better service. If you cannot provide a better service than whatever the pirated people are doing, what's the point? YouTube has a certain level of quality. Netflix, they barely even give you 4K. You pay for 4K, you probably get 1080p if you have all your privacy settings on. 720p, something like that. 4K, download it, easily. 4K, easy, with whatever it is. So if I'm getting it easier and cheaper and better quality, pirating it, why then would I stream it? That's the point. If you can actually get 4K, if you can get the Netflix quality to be equal, if not better, than the pirated content, you now have a leg up. Look at Crunchyroll, how it worked. It was actually providing 1080p, if not crisp, high quality 1080p, not just blurry 1080p, to the people. That's why they bought Crunchyroll rather than anything else. Anything else, oh yeah, it was like 360 or 480p, maximum 720p if you're lucky with whatever else that it is. So all those were like, oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're having a service. Yeah, we're able to watch our anime. Crunchyroll said, okay, you have this. Let me give you 1080p. Just make sure to do premium. They paid instantly for premium for Crunchyroll to have all those things at 1080p because they gave a service. They gave a service that no other industry was doing. Same thing with Netflix. Give us a service that we can't get through pirating. If you can give us a service that other people can't get through pirating, why wouldn't you get Netflix? Archive your stuff. You have more than a massive library. You're geolocking everything with all the other stuff. Give us that service and allow archiving and everything else. Watch your company flourish. Watch your company grow and bloom. It's not that difficult. And actually, if you want to take it further, cross-reference cookies through everything else to make sure that, it's whatever it is and however it is, to a point where if you could find a video, because it's kind of hard to do, but I've seen it happen before on YouTube, if you could find, let's say, Jujutsu Kaisen. Actually, it's controversial. I'll just say Jujutsu Kaisen. So let's say Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 3. You're watching it, Crunchyroll, watching it, whatever, and you stopped halfway through. Go to YouTube. Oh, I accidentally found another thing. It's the same exact episode, same exact whatever. It would scrub through, find exactly the point with whatever it is, and actually start you from that point on. Now you're watching on YouTube with its own quality with whatever it is. You go back to Crunchyroll and finish your thing. Crunchyroll is already scrubbed through because it is already detected from YouTube, and it put you on Season 2, Episode 4. That's innovation. That's working together. And all it takes is literally a cookie. Not a cookie that you eat. Like literally browser cookies. That's how they can be used for. It can be used for that way easily. It's not that difficult. Just think. Use your brain and actually innovate. This is not for those people that don't know how to do it. It's not for those people that don't actually have the power to do it. It's for those people that actually do have the power. And also for you to be able to understand that not everything that you think within pirating is bad. It actually is forcing innovation. sorry to bring this topic, but where do you think and how do you think that CDs and high quality definition, all that stuff came from? You think it was the movie industry? It was actually we went from VHSs to CDs to high quality and everything because of that industry. That industry made everything blow up with whatever it is. Sorry for using that word. I'm probably going to bleep that out. So with that, makes you think, where is actually everything going from and how is everything being developed? Do what you want, do what you need, do with whatever it is. I'm not telling you to pirate. I can't tell you to pirate. I'm pretty sure it's against the terms of services to tell you to pirate. I'm just telling you on how it can be used for a good thing. Yes, it is bad. Yes, it is illegal. However, that illegal activity does promote goodness. Although, technically speaking, depending on where you live, the laws are a little bit weird. Because technically speaking, if you do it on a private call, streaming it, it's not illegal. If you do it on a private server, streaming it, it's not illegal. The moment you do it on public, it's a gray area. The moment you charge for it, that's whenever it's illegal. Which, the 3 companies I talked about, they actually pirated their own copy of the game. They pirated it and then sold it with the same code. They didn't even remove the pirated code. They just sold it with the same code. Kind of ironic. So, with that, you do whatever you want with whatever it is. I'm not saying to pirate. I'm just saying don't go completely hating on something that's actually helping the industry, and do what you want. If you are one of them yourself, great. I don't mind. I don't care. I understand the complications. I understand with whatever it is. They have bigger fish to fry. So, why even worry? So, at a certain point, yes, I try to help the industry. Up to you what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do, especially concerning services, but I think you get the point. Hopefully you can use your brain to understand better. Streaming it is actually not illegal. Hosting it is illegal. Charging for it is illegal. So I'm technically in the gray area of the illegal stuff. It's almost like evading your taxes. You could pay your taxes using debt. That's evading taxes, but it's the legal way to evade taxes. Think of it that way. So yeah, enjoy. Don't forget to critically think, use your brain, and see ya.